Back to Unit 1, Topic 1. We're going to go to the Day 8 Angle Vocabulary and Constructions homework. So you'll need the following things in order to do this assignment. You'll need a straight edge. Okay, it doesn't necessarily have to be a protractor, but mine will be a protractor. Okay, you'll need your compass. Okay, you'll need your compass and probably a pencil. So it says the angles below have measures of C degrees and D degrees. Construct an angle whose measure is half of D plus angle C. So the first thing that I'm going to do is draw a ray. And then I'm going to copy angle C. Okay? So those are really the first things that we're going to start with here. So let's go ahead and draw a ray. It's down here at the bottom. I'm going to make it a pretty good size there. So there's my ray. You see it at the bottom. And then we're going to go about copying angle C. Okay, so to copy angle C, I'm going to go ahead and put the non-pencil piece of the compass right on the corner. And I'm just going to draw an arc, really of any size, such that that arc, sorry, I need to move my paper, not the compass, goes through our angle 2 times. Okay? And I'm going to go ahead and draw that. I'm going to copy that, keep my compass the same size, and copy that onto the ray at the bottom. Okay? Now everything is about the width. So I'm going to go ahead and put the pointy edge of my compass and the tip of the pencil and find the width. Okay, you should see that that's pretty close to the width there. Okay, and I'm going to basically transpose it down here. So the tip of my compass will create another arc there. Where those two arcs intersect, okay, I'm going to put my straight edge at the edge of the ray and where those two arcs intersected. So right now what we have created is angle C. Okay, so we want to copy angle C and we've gone ahead and done that. So the next thing we need to do is we want half of angle D. Well, half of angle D means we need the angle bisector of angle D. Okay, well, how do we do that? Well, it's going to start off the exact same way. So I'm going to put the point edge of my compass onto the angle and draw an arc, really of any size, but I want to make sure, as I'm spinning my paper around, that it intersects our rays in two sides. Because those are really the key pieces now. I'm going to go ahead and you can keep your compass the same size. I'm going to make it a little bit larger just so that I can see things. I'm going to put the point, okay, I'm going to put the point right on where our arc met the ray. I'm going to create another, sorry for the blur there, ray. It's just poor lighting going on right now. Keep everything the exact same size and put the point on the other edge. Go same size. Let's make sure I re-register that. Make those rays a little bit bigger than maybe you even think. And you can see where they're going to intersect. Okay. So we'll create that angle bisector. Okay. So over here, we have half of D. Well, so what do we want to do with that now? We want to copy half of angle D. Okay. So same thing that we've done before. We're going to put the point of the compass on the angle. And there's our angle. There's our arc. Okay, but I'm going to now assume instead of this line being kind of our starting base, I'm going to turn my paper and this line will be my starting base. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and draw an arc. Make sure that when you draw it, it goes all the way to the line. It won't always necessarily meet at the same place as before. That's just kind of a fluke of this one. We go back and measure the width. And we start where that arc we just drew intersected our base. So explaining that, got a little narrower. Okay, and you can see where those two arcs intersected. Okay, and right now we're going to add in half of angle D. Okay. The sum of these two together is what we were looking for. Okay. So it's really about finding where arcs intersect. So the point of the compass and the pencil, creating an arc, drawing it down here. Okay. Then finding the width and drawing it again. Where the two arcs intersect, you draw a line. And sort of the repeated motion for constructions. Okay. So we go on to problem number 3 here. And this one's actually significantly easier. Okay, the figures below show a bisected angle and a bisected segment. Find the value of x. So for this problem, we don't need a compass and we don't need a straight edge. What we're being told is that this angle here is of equal measure, meaning is congruent to this angle over here. So I can set their two measurements equal to each other. And then go ahead and just algebraically solve. So I'm going to go ahead and subtract x and then add 10. Okay, so I know x is 33 degrees, but we're also asked to find the angle measurement. So I'm going to plug x into either one of those angles, and I'm actually going to go x plus 23. It's a little bit easier to work with there, and I'm going to say 33 plus 23, so we get 56 degrees there. Now the exact same thing happens on the other side. We're being told this line segment A to B is congruent to line segment BC. So we can set 5x minus 32 equal to 3x plus 10. I'm going to subtract the 3x over, so 2x, add 32, and divide by 2. So x is 21. So now what can we do? We can plug 21 into either line segment value. So I'm going to go ahead and use a little bit more room here. I'm going to use the 3x plus 10. So 21 times 3 is 63 plus 10, which is 73. Notice there's no degree symbol on that one. So the next page, number 60, I think is actually the most challenging page of the entire packet here. Let me pull this up. Shelby decided to buy a pizza for lunch to share with her friends. Unfortunately, the pizza did not come sliced. Perform the constructions that you can use to model where Shelby should cut to get the slices described below. Okay. Well, the first descriptor that we have is Megan took the first slice and Jack wants twice as much. Okay, so I want 2 of Megan's slices. So I have a couple options here. I can either copy Megan's slice 2 times. That might be a nice way to go about it. Or I can figure out the actual length of Jack's slice and draw it in there. So maybe what I'll start with doing is just copying Megan's slice twice. And how do we do that? To copy Megan's slice, I'm going to create an arc. And then figure out the width of that arc. Actually, you know what? Let's backtrack and do this how I had done this prior to starting our video. And I'm actually going to go ahead and create the angle for Jack. I think it's going to be a little bit easier for us here. Okay, so how do we create the angle for Jack? Well, I have Megan's slice. That arc is still very helpful. Okay, only I'm going to copy it the same way we did on the other page. Sorry, my compass always slips. and then go for the width. Erase this so that you're not looking at that. Let's go for the width. Width. Okay. So I've now copied. Here's one of Megan's slices. What if I just do that again? Okay, so let's do that again. So if I draw the exact same thing, so there's my same size arc. It doesn't necessarily have to be the same, but it's easier. And I'm going to use this as the base. Draw this arc until it reaches, right? And now let's find the width again. So what's the width? And we'll draw this. Okay. So this is Megan, and together, this is the size of Jack's slice. Okay. So now can I copy that onto the actual pizza? Okay. Well, easy enough. Let's go ahead and copy this angle. So I'm going to draw a ray. So here you go. I'm drawing a ray. I'm going to use this as our initial side now. Okay, figure out our width here. A bit wider. Wider still. Make sure my width was okay. Compass is always moving. I don't know if you all have noticed that small issue with the compass. So here we go. We'll draw this where they meet. And we've got Jack's slice. Looks about double the size of Megan's. But now what do we want? Number 2, Maya wants a slice that's the same size as Jack's. So I'm just going to go ahead and repeat this. So here is the length of my arc from before. Only now this will be my base piece. So here we go. Okay. And then we go back and find our width up here again. Okay. And you'll again see where the arcs have met. So now we have Maya's slice. Okay, so we're doing okay at the moment, but now Sebastian takes half of the remaining bit of pizza. Half of the remaining bit of pizza would be to find an angle bisector, which we actually found on the first page. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put an arc, okay? But I want to make sure that when I draw the arc, it touches not only the side of Megan's slice, but also the side of Maya's slice. So we're going to draw this carefully. Your arc can be of any size here. As long as we're consistent, I'm trying to move that paper real carefully so that my compass doesn't hit the, there it went, hit the projector. Okay. Okay, and you'll see that the arc I drew has intersected the edges. Okay. So now what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to make my arc just a little bit bigger. Okay, but I'm going to start where our arc intersected the edge of the pizza. There we go. Okay. And the same thing on the other side. And you'll see where those two arcs intersected. Okay. If I draw a line through where those two arcs intersected, we now have our angle bisector. Okay. So maybe all of this over here is Sebastian's. And all of this is leftover. Okay. So it's really about copying angles here. That's the key piece. I have done this problem a couple of times, and it is probably the most challenging problem in this entire Unit 1 packet. Absolutely doable. Just the catch is that you have to copy Megan's slice twice to get Jack's pizza slice size, and then copy Jack's to have Maya's, and then use the remaining large area and angle bisect it. Okay, angle bisect it. So those are how to do these particular problems. Again, if you have any questions, comments, feel free, let me know, and we can go from there.